Yesterday's game between the Thunder and the Cavs was billed, rightly so, as the game of the year. I think that is a totally fair statement to make, and I think this game absolutely lived up to the hype and exceeded it. This was an incredible game. Honestly, I just want to make a video talking about the game. It was one of my favorite games I've watched all season, one of the best games of the season. Absolutely. Between, again, the two best teams in the NBA so far this year. I'm sorry, Boston. Y'all are not right now on the same level as this Cavs team or this Thunder team. And I know Boston's the defending champs, but look, there's no argument to be made right now, in my opinion, that Boston is better than either of these teams as of today, as a regular season team. Would I be surprised at all if Boston makes the finals? Would I be surprised at all if they win the finals? Absolutely not. But this isn't about them. This is about OKC and especially about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Really, really fun game last night. I just want to spend a few minutes just breaking down this game, talking about the things I liked and disliked, talking about several different players and things, just like a variety of things about this game that I enjoyed and that I want to talk about. Pretty much all positive, in all honesty, really about both teams, but especially about the Cavs. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 2,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day. Tons of consistent NBA content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, Archer has decided he wants to make an appearance in this video, and he's probably going to make a couple more because he has not been on a walk today, and he has a lot of energy, so I apologize for that. But at least he's cute, right? Anyways, Cavs win 129-122 with a very, very solid fourth quarter performance, outscoring the Thunder by 6 in the fourth quarter and holding the Thunder to only 20 points after a ridiculous third quarter. That was one of the best offensive quarters we've seen all year, really, by both teams. First time all season that both teams scored 40-plus points in the same quarter. And again, the Thunder and the Cavs are two of the best defensive teams in the league. I mean, the Thunder are unequivocally the best defensive team in the league, and the Cavs are certainly not all that far behind. So overall, this was an incredible offensive display for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter really got down and dirty, and they were going at it. This game felt like it had not just a playoff atmosphere. I mean, this felt like a game that mattered a ton. Yes, it's a regular season game in January. At the end of the day, it's just one of 82, but it felt incredibly meaningful to both of these teams. And I thought the Cavs especially, there was just so much to like out of their performance tonight. The fact that they overcame Donovan Mitchell, really pretty much putting up a stinker. I mean, 11 points, 3 of 16 from the field, just overall was not, in my opinion, all that impactful offensively. Didn't really do a ton of great things on either end of the court tonight, I didn't think. And yet it was an amazing game nonetheless. Jarrett Allen, one of his best games of the year, 25-11, 6 assists, 3 steals, a block, no turnovers, like pretty much an immaculate performance for a center. Legitimately played like not just like an all-star night. He looked like a superstar, legitimately. He was absolutely incredible. The thing that I really liked about Jarrett Allen tonight was his ability to, 2 things. He was really good as a passer, catching the ball off of the roll and making a read was really, really impressive. And the other thing that he did exceptionally well, and they noted it on the broadcast, and I thought it was a great point. Not only did he have 12 rebounds, including 7 on the offensive glass. So 7 offensive rebounds in of itself. Very, very impressive stuff. But not only did he have those 7 rebounds, he also drew probably 2 or 3 at least loose ball fouls, scrambling for offensive rebounds. It was one of those games where they just couldn't keep him off the offensive glass. He made such an impact attacking these boards, so relentless, so high motor and high effort for a center. Type of stuff you don't see a ton of, and it's the type of winning basketball that the Cavs absolutely need if they fancy themselves real contenders, which obviously they absolutely do. And I just thought he was really, really impressive on the offensive glass. His effort, his passing, his energy was just super, super high level. He played great tonight and was a big, big contributing factor to this win. Honestly, so was Evan Mobley. He was 0 of 3 from 3 tonight, which isn't standard for him at this point. I mean, he's been shooting 2.5 threes a game this season at over 40%. So really impressive shot making from Mobley has been a big part of his transformation of his game. But the other thing that's transformed in Evan Mobley's game is his ability to be a real off the dribble threat and his physicality. He is clearly significantly stronger and more capable than he was even last season as a finisher. There were multiple possessions tonight where he just bodied shorter defenders, even bodied Hartenstein into an and one in the first half, but had multiple moments where his size and physicality were really impressive. And honestly, I know this is a strong comparison. I don't make it lightly. He looked like Anthony Davis. I'm being totally honest. His ability to catch the ball and get to his spots off the dribble and then use his physical ability to create some space, to get a look, and then have the touch to knock those looks in really was very impressive. And it was very Anthony Davis-esque in terms of that hybrid ability to be a shot creator for himself, but also have the touch and the physicality to finish those shots. Just a lot of things to like about Mobley, especially in the second and fourth quarter. He was huge down the stretch, really played well, also had 7 assists. Getting 13 assists out of your big man is just really impressive. That's been one of the less talked about aspects of this Cavs success so far this season, is how good their bigs have been. And that was really, really evident tonight. I mean, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen were both huge. And those two guys really are, and that's the best double big lineup we have in the league right now. Like, I get that Chad Holmgren didn't play for the Thunder, and when he comes back, that's going to unlock some things for the Thunder as well. Like, it is worth keeping in mind, because I don't just want to talk about the Cavs this whole video. The Thunder didn't have Chet. They didn't have Caruso, who's still out with injury as well, and still were this close. Still a game that felt like it could go either way. Very, very impressive stuff from the Thunder side. And I'll talk a little more positively about them in a second, but I really like Darius Garland's dribble penetration. I thought he played well off the dribble tonight, getting to spots, had 7 assists in his own right. And then the other thing that the Cavs got tonight that I think was really impactful was significant contributions from multiple rotation guys. Their fifth guy has been a point of concern in these past 2 seasons, when they've had this same big 4 of Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen. That 5th guy has been a concern. This season, not only have their big 4 all gone up a level, especially together, but their 5th guy, Dean Wade, was great tonight. He's been super solid this year. George Niang wasn't awesome tonight, but has had a decent season himself and is a useful player who can play some big, play some power forward as well. Okoro wasn't great tonight. Only played 13 minutes, didn't knock down a shot, but he's had some good moments this year, and he was plus 12. His defensive effort and intensity was there and was valuable, despite the fact he didn't make any shots. Ty Jerome had a big game off the bench, as did Max Strus, getting 32 combined points from those guys, and the 2 of them only missed 2 shots combined. Jerome's ability to attack off the dribble and create shots for himself was really big, and Strus was just absolutely knocked down as a shooter and also had 5 assists. Like, those 2 guys were huge tonight. Karis LeVert's had an awesome year, and while he wasn't awesome, he 100% again is a guy who is really capable. They have so many different options this year that they can use as that 5th guy, plus guys who can really spell Allen or Mobley, even though they have one of those guys on the court at all times. Can the ball handler like Jerome, who can come in and spell Garland or Mitchell and do some of that shot creation stuff himself. The depth and versatility of this Cavs team is just exceptional. And it really makes them, they have 4 legit all-stars, and then they have some of the best wing depth in all of basketball with the way these guys are playing this season. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson. Shout out to their front office for this roster construction, and just a lot to like about the Cavs. I will say, despite the Thunder losing tonight, there was a lot to like about the Thunder too. First of all, Cason Wallace. He is a big game player. This dude's shooting 30% from 3 this year. He was big in the NBA Cup for the Thunder, killed the Mavs. And then tonight, 6 of 8, 3 of 3 from 3, 15 points, big game player. He is going to be a serious key rotation player for this team. Lou Dort was as Lou Dort as always. He didn't make a ton of shots tonight, but defensively, his impact was very felt on Donovan Mitchell. He had himself a great game on the defensive end of the court. Honestly, I'm not sure I've ever seen Isaiah Hartenstein miss a mid-range floater. His 12-foot floater might be one of the most deadly floaters in all of basketball. He is so consistent with that. And I thought, despite the physicality of the Cavs bigs, Hartenstein did not back down. I mean, he had 5 offensive rebounds in his own right, 11 rebounds overall, 8 assists as well. Showed off all the stuff that made him a $30 million a year guy in the offseason. I mean, he's clearly a great player in his own right. And then J-Dub finally showed up in a big game as well. 25 points. 9 assists, really had himself a solid performance in his own right as well. Thought he was super duper solid, and Aaron Wiggins was efficient off the bench. I thought he was solid. And obviously Shea, not Shea's best night, only 1 of 6 from 3, 13 of 27 from the field in general. Not like incredibly elite efficiency or anything like that, but still 31 points, got to his spots, played well, had 5 turnovers, which wasn't his premier performance. But when your not premier performance is 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, that's a really damn good player. And this Thunder team, I know they lost tonight, but they're as good as any team in basketball, and they should be considered not just serious contenders, but I think these teams are basically co-favorites right now. It was an incredible game between 2 incredible teams, and we get a rematch in a week. So I'm so excited for that as well. I hope y'all enjoyed this game as much as I did, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video as well. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more NBA content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.